recommend you to study at Capel Manor College. We are an award-winning specialist full-time and part-time college that specializes in leatherwork courses, which is very rare this day and age for colleges. And we teach the prestigious and historic Embroidery Company Award winners diploma in saddlery. It's been running at Capel Manor for now the past 20 years. And we also now have just the last 3 years, we're starting to run a shoemaking course. Certificate in shoemaking is a one-year course where you would learn to make a range of shoes. Also for both shoemaking and saddlery, we do short courses, and we do a part-time saddlery course for people that still have to work full-time, so that they run at the weekend. Courses are taught through practical demonstrations, hands-on on workshops with specialist tutors, and we provide you with the skills you need to work within the saddlery or shoemaking industry, either as an apprentice or junior role with a saddler or shoe manufacturer, or if you work really hard and gain as many skills as you can, you may even be able to start a little bit working for yourself. So I'm going to start with my main course, which I've been teaching on for 20 years, and I've been teaching this course. I teach all the subjects at advanced level, where my co-host Derek teaches the level 2, the level 2 part of the course, which is the first year. During this course, you will study 4 days per week. Some virtual learning will be included. Some written portfolio work around what you're making you will have to do, but mainly you will be learning saddle, bridle and harness making. You will learn to use the sewing machines, and you will learn the traditional hand techniques which are still used in the industry. And you will learn the trade of loinery, which a lot of people think, what is that? It is to do with the bits we put in the horse's mouth. It is to do with buckles and saddle trees, spurs, and quite a big part of the metal part of that is used in saddlery. You will not make that, but you will learn the history, and you will learn a lot about it, and how it is made. You will learn, so you know how to advise your customers maybe in the future on bits that are suitable for horses, and you'll be able to choose the right buckles and with safety with regards to that. You will also learn a little bit about how to make saddlery accessories. And saddlery accessories, but that would mean little box work. So like what in the old days called a hunting canteen, which is a square little box. You'll also do a flask holder that can attach to the saddle. So you will learn all these little leather goods skills as well, which means in the future, if you have a business or you're working somewhere, you will be able to repair binocular cases and all sorts of little casework things that you often see around, even in antique fairs. For this course, you will need the following grades. You will need at least 4 GCSEs at grade 4 and above, overall distinction in the diploma at level 2 or equivalent, or some prior knowledge. So if you're a mature learner that's worked in the equine industry for a long time, that will help a lot with the entry requirements. Then we go to our worship for company award winners diploma in shoemaking. This is a 1-year shoemaking course, and the course is aimed at teaching you how to make shoes from paper to the worn article. So you will learn to make 4 different types of shoes. You will learn a sandal, a court shoe, a derby, and you will make a little ankle boot to give you those different types. And you will start out by drawing on paper the design of the shoe we would like to make within the shoe type, which you will learn about the different designs. Then you will have something we call a form or shoe last, and this last will be taped up, and you will be drawing your design onto the last, cutting that off the last or shoe form, and flattening it out. And from there, you will make the patterns for the leather that's going to become your shoes. So you will learn how to cut leather. You will again learn how to use machines, all the different materials in the shoes, and also the hand lasting skills. You will also learn how to measure feet. And all sorts of things. It's a very exciting course. This course takes about you will be attending for 3 days a week to make these 4 pairs of shoes. And again, here you will need at least 4 GCSE grades at 4 and above. An overall distinction in a diploma at level 2 or equivalent, or prior knowledge. But last but not least, if you are working full-time or you are doing other courses, you may not have time to study full-time during the weekdays. For saddlery, we offer a part-time saddlery course, and it runs for 11 weekends per year, where you will come 1 weekend per month, both Saturday and Sunday. And during that, you will start with the Society of Master Saddlers Level 1 course, where you will learn the basic bridle making skills as they're done in industry, and we will work you up till the Worship Company of Saddlers Level 1 exam if you feel like you want to take it. After that, you can then continue on to the Level 2, Part 1 of the bridle making, where you will learn towards the Society of Master Saddlers Skills Assessment certificates. You will work towards the level 2 examination, the first part. When you have completed that, you will then be able to the following year to continue on to the bridal stage 2, part 2, where you will actually complete the rest of the items that needs to be made and be able to sit the level 2 bridal skills assessment. If you are successful with that, you can then progress on to the level 3 bridal skills assessments, which is quite demanding. It includes using the sewing machines and the hand stitch skills. You need to make a girth, you're making a double bridle, you will make an in-hand show bridle. So 3 items, just like in the other exams, at the most advanced level. If you then still want to learn more, you can then move on to start doing the harness qualifications. And we started here with the Society of Master Saddlers certificate level 2 stage in harness, and you should be able to complete that in one slot of part-time courses. The course has been very, very successful, and we have been running it for the past 6 or 7 years. And we have people from all over the country that come in. Some even stay in Travel Lodge, or what is it called, the Lumina Travel Lodge near us, because they come from far and they just get to study one weekend per month. However, this course is quite expensive when you start, because we've included all your tools. So you will have tools to take home. So we are able to set you in between the weekends you're coming. You will be set homework and practice pieces you will have to do. So it's quite a tough course, because we run it on a professional level, but it should enable you to join if you're working full time. Then we also are going to run some short courses, and we're going to be offering next year, that means 2021, because unfortunately with the virus this year we have had to cancel. We're going to try and do a leather, dog collar and lead making course. If anybody's interested, these will be 5 days of leather work, and we're trying to run them so there's only 3 weekdays and 2 weekend days, so people wanting to attend do not have to take so much time off work. So we do leather, dog collar and lead making for 5 days, leather belt making, and we will do in those 2 courses, you will learn the correct method of hand stitching, preparing, skiving, all the grounding leather techniques you need, staining the edges, measuring, choice of fittings, so you will be able to make belts or dog collars and leads when you leave. We also offer a hand-sewn leather box making course, which is also 1 week. And I don't know if you can see in the picture down in the right-hand corner, there is a little picture of 2 little leather boxes. There's a round box and there's a little square box. These are the 2 boxes that will be made on this course. However, if you are a complete beginner for this course, you will make 1 box. You will make the round box. If you have some prior leather experience for this course, you will make 2 boxes. It's a nice course. We also offer a sandal making course, 5-day course, long days. But those days will be well filled because, again, like the shoemaking here, you will be able to, you will tape up the form, we will ask you to come with some sort of idea of what you like your sandal to look like. You will get given a shoe form or shoe last. I don't know if you can see my mouse. And there we will tape that up and you will start drawing on, with the help of an expert, the lines for your sandals that's going to make the straps of your sandals. And from there, you will cut them up and you will be making the sandals. And again, you will be lasting it, you'll be putting insoles in and learn all sorts of techniques. So that is a good course. And with these short courses, we will provide you with all the materials you need and tools you need. It will be loaned by the college. So we will also advise you if you want to do further courses, or maybe you want to join your full-time course. Okay, the full-time saddlery, as I wrote on here, a lot of my students go out into industry, and the younger ones go in and try and gain apprenticeships, where they work with a saddlery master saddler, and they get trained to do their level 3 saddle exams. Some of them go on to train as saddle fitters, bridle fitters. Or others, I have mature students, some of them goes to work with a saddler, and then they continue training afterwards while they're working and earning money with a saddler. They continue their training at the Salisbury Training Centre for their level 3s. And
so you could go on to you would still go on to an apprenticeship possibly with
if you're mature, you can also start working for yourself, or you can gain employment within the industry, or in the saddle manufacturing industry if you really like saddle manufacturing.
And some students have ended up in very prestigious places, haven't they?
Well, some students has, during the leatherwork skills, got hungry for even more skills, and they have some has actually gone out of the saddlery industry, where they're still using the very transferable skills with their leatherwork and work in high-end leather goods. And I have one past student that worked for Chanel. She does all the quality control and the repairs of all customer handbags that come back to Chanel's. We've also got a prior learner that now is one of the Queen's harness makers and coach restorers. And again, I am very lucky to see that a lot of my students that have graduated for the past 20 years have been, as I come back, I meet them at the competitions every year, and they are winning prizes and working happily in the industry. It is, if you want to work, there is work, and hopefully there'll also be work after this COVID problem. It seems that the industry is recovering and much more resilient than we thought it was going to be. So I'm very happy to say that I think there's a big future in saddlery still. Any other questions, Derek?
Well, you did say that there was a cost involved for the materials fees.
Yeah.
Are there any kind of subsidies for that?
For the materials fees, yes, there's a maturity fee on each of our years in the saddlery course. It's about 900 for the first year and about 1100 for the second year. However, if you work hard and you help out with the college, and we got some of our sponsoring livery companies, there is some bursaries you can apply for, and if we feel that you need a bursary, you will gain access to one of those. There's certain criteria on there, and that is your work's got to be up to standard and your attendance has got to be over 95%. But yeah, there is possibility of help with the material fees. Also, there is an opportunity in the first year, we lend you tools. but you're going to very, very quickly want your own tools because it sort of becomes part of an extension of your arm with your industry. There is also tool bursaries you can that will help you with acquiring tools. Again, you can only apply for those if you're studying well, but they're there. By the second year, you need to have your own tools. You need to replace the tools we've lent you, and there's another collection of tools that you need to get slowly. So it becomes collectors. It's a good thing to wish for money for tools for Christmas. I hope that answers your question. Derek, have we got another question for me?
I believe that Walsall is the centre of the saddle making trade.
It's the centre of saddle manufacturing. So that is the factories that make saddles. One or two of my students have progressed up there and gone into training the manufacturers on the production lines. And that is also a possibility when you graduate here, is to continue out there and see how the mass production of saddles is done. England is famous for their export and their making of saddles, both in design and quality.
And I believe that as part of the Lorinary course, there's normally a trip to the foundry, isn't there? And
yes, we'll have different. All our courses has got nice trips around to Warsaw, to Saddlers Competition, the British Equestrian Trade Fair, and sometimes we just take a day trip out in London to look at nice leatherwork. Have we got anything else for me, Derek? Anything else I can answer?
Would you have to specifically have a horsey background to do this course?
Not at all. Not at all. I've had many people through in my time, and that has not had a horsey background and has just come to get the skills and wanting the leatherwork skills. I have had people from the Armoury at the Royal Opera House. I've had people that wanted to get more hand making skills for all sorts of other projects. And they've had to learn a little bit about which end of a horse is the right end, which is the wrong end, where the head is. But we have some horses we can teach you that, and again, our loanary lecture will take you out so you can meet some horses as well. So you may have to study a little bit more so you know all the parts of a horse, but we will also help you with that. But it's good skills to have. I used my saddlery skills for restore rocking horses. I have done casework. I have done gun slips. I have done, you name it, leather boxes, toys, anything. So it does not have to relate directly to saddlery. I hope that answers that question.
If I join the course, do I have to do both year 1 and 2?
Well, in theory, you don't have to. But the first year is the basic year where you get all the grinding tools. You also get the strength in your hand up. You learn to operate it all, and you make basic items of each of the things. In the second year, we then start all the advanced and the decorations, and you can see in my slides, I'll see if I can put it back. So you would do advanced techniques, like you can see the decorating of the bridle in this. That was a competition item. So I would recommend the 2 years, but if you can only do one, that is also a possibility.
There's also a specific question here as well, which is, to become a self-employed saddle fitter, what sort of pathway would you suggest for after the full-time course at Capel?
During the course at Capel, you will have the opportunity to sit some of the Society of Master Saddler skills assessments. In the second year, you will, if your work is up to standard and you work hard, you will be able to. It's not part of your course, but we also include this, or try to include it. You'll be able to sit the 3 level 2 skills assessments, which is 1 in saddle, 1 in harness, 1 in bridle. You need 2 of those, which you will get in the early part, in the mid part of the second year. There you will, then that would allow you to register to come onto the Society of Master Saddlers Foundation Saddle Fitting course. Once you've attended that and you graduated with us, you need to find a saddler that will help you to work with you. A qualified saddle fitter that will work for you. You can go out and you can be mentored by them to get the hours needed to learn the saddle fitting. And once you have got, I think it's 300 hours, it's on the Society of Master Saddlers website, you will then be allowed to sit the Society of Master Saddlers saddle fitting qualification exams. So it takes a little bit of work, there's a lot to learn, but that's how you progress. I hope again that answers the question.
And there is a very small section on saddle, the anatomy of the horse and saddle fitting, isn't there? In the
It's a little bit, but I try not to overlap with the foundation saddle fitting course.
Right.
Because I would much rather teach you something that you can't get elsewhere.
Lena, can I cut in at this stage?
Yes, welcome.
Hello, I'm Martin Russell. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Martin.
Congratulations. It's no easy thing to run a presentation like this for the first time when everything's uncertain.
I'm looking forward to learning because it doesn't look like it's supposed to on my computer screen right now.
Don't worry, you've come across very well. And I think everything you've told me has been interesting and relevant and authoritative, and you've shown some beautiful work. I've come on this almost for interest. I'm a member of the farriers company, not of the saddlers or the cordwainers. So I deal with the other end of the horse somewhat. But I'm quite interested in your short courses, and I think I may very well attend the belt making course when the time is right.
Yes, you shall be welcome.
Well, thank you very much. It's exciting. I mean, it's such a wonderful skill. And as you rightly say, it's applicable in so many different areas. But the quality of work I've seen at Sadler's Hall, for example, by your students in recent years, including being presented the Princess Royal, you know, that sort of work is quite extraordinary.
Thank you very much.
I just validate everything that you've said about the quality of your outturn. It's admirable, and I'm sure that the courses you run, the full courses, are quite wonderful, life-changing experiences.
They are, and I love watching my learners grow in the 2 years they grow. And some even go on and do the shoemaking because they just get so hungry for skills. Because leather is a wonderful material to work with.
Well, I'll be in touch with you again about a short course, but thank you very much.
Thank you, Martin.
I'm very interested to see you.
Thank you, and stay safe.
You too. Good fortune. Thank you.
Derek?
Final question. How easy is the college to get to?
Well, it depends on where you come from. Is it by car? Is it by bicycle? Is it by public transport? Normally, my students either drive in, some cycle in, or there is a train to the college. Is 11 minutes walk from Turkey Street Station.
Which you can pick up from Liverpool Street, can't you?
There's Liverpool Street or Seven Sisters and all the way up. And then also there is, if you come from London, there is some bus connections that goes up, the 217 and the 317. If you come from the north and travel into London, the college have a pickup from Tottenham Hale. There's a minibus when we're not socially distanced with coronavirus. There is collecting from Barnet and from Tottenham Hale minibus services. However, these minibus services are, the priority is given to students with special needs.
Okay.
But there is connections.
So we're just counting down from 30 seconds. So
okay, I have no buttons on my screen, so I do not know what I have done. But as long as you can see me and everything is all right. But I would also like to let everybody know that on
guess you could say a quick goodbye.
Yeah, I'll say goodbye, everybody, and I hope to see you soon. But also, my email, which is lena.hansen@capel.ac.uk, is on our website. If you have further questions, please email me, and maybe we can do a video call via Teams, which I'm a little bit better at, not much than this. So thank you for joining us, and we should now be taken back into the main room, and I'll see if I can find my way there as well.